Need to put my phone on vibrate.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Backstop Banter, talking all things in the baseball world. As Michael is doing something, I don't even know what it was, but how we doing, my friend? How are we doing?
Well, a little bit of panicking still. We're doing fine now. I think we've got everything going on. It's been an interesting day. I didn't have to be at my full time job until 12, but things snuck up on me around the house, had to do different things. So I'll be honest with you, prepared would be the least thing I could really say about today's show. Excited could be the most I can say about this show. But even to right now, as you all can see, I'm in a different location. My internet at home has been messed up all day. That's actually one thing I was working on since 9 o'clock this morning. Even tried to do some different things around the house, try to get a someone to come out and check it out. Could not happen. That sounds like Michael was breaking your ankles on the court. Oh,
Michael was talking reckless last week. He don't
I
even know.
mean, I did get carried away. I apologize, but I'm very passionate when it comes to basketball. My skills. I will be straight up honest with you.
We
I am
love
30.
we love passion, Michael.
That's right. I am 34-year-old, and I will still embarrass a high schooler in a triple threat position from the free throw line. Can't go out too far because then they won't let me
Because you
won't play
can't
up
you
on me
can't
because I
you
can't shoot.
can't shoot. I heard you can't shoot, Michael.
I can shoot, but I just don't have the confidence in it. And it's a mental thing. Like I would much rather shoot a layup than shoot a three. Like I know I can get by the people, so why shoot the three when I can get them close to me and just cross them up and lay it up? That's just the way I've always been.
Big
But anyway,
old. Oh, Michael. What
what
was
was my
Michael thinking?
nickname on the court? I had two nicknames on the court, to be honest with you, Alex. One was White Chocolate, just going to be honest with you, and the other one was Too Short because my freshman year in high school, I always wore a pair of ball shorts underneath my khaki shorts or anything like that, or even blue jeans because you never know when it's time to play some pickup. So they called me Too Short, and I didn't even know there was a rapper at the time. Then I was like, wait a second.
I thought you were going to say it's because you were too short.
No, no, see, that's what everybody usually thinks.
I mean,
That's right. Alex, let's just be honest. Neither of us don't not like the chocolate. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah, back to what I was saying. Been a little nervous today. I've got my microphone, couldn't get it to work today. My internet was horrible at home. I was actually on the phone with them again within 10 minutes of us going live, and they said that they thought they had it fixed where it could do for the night because I complained a little bit saying, I have a live show I have to do, man. We even did it on like Christmas Eve and everything. Like, I'm not missing the show. So he thought he could get it fixed, and by the time I've got changed, my kids YouTube, they go to sleep with some music and they watch Yo Gabba Gabba as they go to bed. It already
ooh, a
loaded four times
classic.
before. Oh yeah, it already loaded four times. So I just said, let me just head down the road and see what I can do. So makeshift setup. I like the little greenery I got going on here. So it's
Well,
been a good
Michael,
day though.
you don't got to tell me about makeshift setup because right now, as you know, if anybody tuned into Generational Sports on Monday, it's having some. I think I figured it out though. I think it's the computer giving me problems and not my actual Wi-Fi. So, you know, yeah, we're gonna get
Yeah,
that figured out after a while, but
even
we'll
in
be
your
okay.
in the stream here, your computer, you're still frozen. So yeah, I
Oh
think it's your
yeah. Oh
your
yeah. No, no,
computer.
no. Trust me, I know. I brought it up so I could see comments and everything like that. I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
I'm actually just live on the phone. So I can see myself twice. And let me tell you something. I'm looking at the computer right now. If I was trying to live stream on the computer, it would just not no, I'm telling you, it's not the internet, Josh. I've officially determined it's the laptop. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But okay. Let's get into it, Michael. You know what we have to do before we really get things popping around here. We have to pay the bills, baby. So, with that being said, um, make sure if you are into the betting world, you go over to mybookie.ag. Use promo code USN100 to double your first deposit. They are definitely doing good things into the betting world. I don't know if Michael is frozen right now or he's trying to mess with me. I really cannot determine, and I also can't see anything because I'm on my phone. So this is going to be a fun show. Oh, and Michael is gone. There he goes. It's just me, but it's okay. It's happened before. It's happened before. So if you're in the betting world, make sure you go over to mybookie.ag, use code USN100 to double your first deposit. I always go back to week one of the NFL where the Chiefs had to lose by like 56 points in order for you to lose money. So we all kind of knew that that wasn't going to happen. As I think Michael's going to try to join me again. Michael, how are we doing? Oh,
Am
he's
I
on the phone now too.
Well, I am moving down. I'm actually on my
Oh,
laptop, but I'm trying to walk around where I can get some better service.
you know what,
Echo in
Michael?
here is not too bad, is it?
Yeah, we'll survive. I think we'll survive. This is the struggle of doing things live sometimes, people. But you know what? We're gonna get through it like we always do.
Yeah.
So, well, you know what? The good thing is though, I kind of thought that it was me, but I guess it's not. So, you know, maybe StreamYard just doesn't like
Yeah,
us
yeah, yeah.
anymore.
Totally.
I think I'm blaming
It could
StreamYard
be.
for all of
It
our
could be.
troubles. I always
You
look
know
at
what,
the signal.
StreamYard? Don't listen to him.
Oh, Michael, the lag is real. But
So I
look,
don't know. Again,
what'd you say?
am I lagging or is it you? Because
Oh, to me it's
have we
you,
already
but I
paid the
mean I don't
bills?
know. I'm paying the bills right now.
Okay. Well, I just interrupt, but let's see if we can check this out here. Yeah, it might be me lagging so much.
I think it is. But whatever, Michael. I will pay the bill for you.
I
Don't you
was
worry. I got everything taken care of. Don't you fret. Don't you worry. So once you go to mybookie.ag and you win all of your money, make sure you then go over to RXM and use code RXM-USN to save you 10% on your entire order. They got the premium CBD creams over there. So if you're sore from a long day at work, a long day at the gym, I mean, I can't, really help you with the long days at the gym. That's, not really my style, but make sure you go over to RXM, use code RXM-USN to save you 10% on your entire order. Not least, and last, but certainly not least is what I meant to say, is Teespring/store/Unwrapped. Make sure you go over there and you support the squad. We got everything from Unwrapped to the shows that are on the live lineup, such as ourselves. Me and Michael have officially dropped the merch for Backstop Banter. We are very excited for it. I love the design that we came up with, and right now we actually do have a promo code going on, and you can save 10%. Michael, if you could, what is the promo code?
Backstop.
It is promo code Backstop for all you people out there that want to get some Backstop Banter merch. It looks fantastic, if I say so myself. So we got Backstop Banter merch, we got Generational Sports merch, we got Fights Unwrapped, Ladies First, the Hard Count. I mean, if there's a show on the live lineup, we basically got it. We've kind of revamped everything. So we are doing big things only over here in the USN family. But now that that's taken care of, hopefully Michael gets this Wi-Fi situation taken care of. But I feel the pain, so I'm not even mad at him. Not mad at all. So we're gonna jump right into actually the Angels, because we are now completed with the AL and NL East. We're going over to the AL and NL West. We're switching coast over here, and we're gonna start it off with the Angels. As I am, listen, as you see behind me, Yankee fan. But I have to, and I mean have to, represent the best player in baseball right now, Mike Trout. I started a jersey collection. I made sure Trout was one of my number one gets. I got him, Judge, and Bellinger. But I had to make sure I represent Trout, and that's kind of where I want to start things off right now. Mike Trout is an unbelievable player. As we got Matt Scurry in the chat right now as well. What's going on, guys? Matt, sometimes life is a struggle, and we're struggling with Wi-Fi things right now. But we're gonna get through this show, so I'm not
Bear
worried at
with us.
all.
I think the day for me is huge.
Exactly, I'm not worried at all. Um, but yeah, I want to start off with Mike Trout because, like I said, I think it's pretty clear that he's the best player in baseball right now. And my kind of question is, where do you rank him all time? And I know it might be a little early to start ranking him in the all-time type of thing. Because his career is long from over. I mean, it truly is. But I think, at this moment, you can kind of start putting him in certain categories, and that's just kind of what I want to do right now. Um, I, even from his rookie year on, he's just been a very good and consistent player. So I think right now it might be a little early, and people might jump me for it. I could put him top 25 in my own personal list. Right now, obviously, there's some big names ahead of him that you kind of got to do more things to leap over. But Mike Trout is unbelievable. I don't think for the first like few years of his career he finished anywhere below third in MVP voting, and for somebody to do that is just absolutely unbelievable. How many great athletes there are in every sport, all over the place. It's an amazing thing that he can actually accomplish that. So to me, it's a pretty easy top 25. Like I said, there could be certain people that are going to disagree with me, and if you want to disagree with me on that, I don't know. I don't know if I don't know what baseball you're watching because he can do everything. He's the typical 5-star, 5-tool player. He can field. I don't believe he has a Gold Glove, but to me, whatever, Jackie Brown Jr. probably deserves all those Gold Gloves in center field because he's unbelievable. But he's a great fielder. He can obviously hit. He has the speed. He has the arm. I mean, there's not really anything that you can really nitpick about Mike Trout. So easy top 25 for me, Michael. What do you got?
The only thing you can pick about Mike Trout is how quiet he is. And sadly, that is more of a fan base problem, I would say. Mike Trout is the player in the MLB right now. Even though he had a bad year, he did have a child this year. His head wasn't on. Like, if he did, if so, how long he would take out. And so I don't think 100% was dedicated into the season, which is fine because it was still 80% better than most players in the whole league. So that would be my only thing that I default him at is for him. I'm a huge Trevor Bauer fan right now, and I love the way that he's really in media like that. He would probably be the one person, if you've seen out in public, probably recognize. And I know we've talked about this numerous of times that not recognize, not publicize any whatsoever. So like, there's no marketing for. But you got Trevor Bauer, who's doing his own thing with the momentum and everything like that you can actually know who he is. I wish Mike Trout would step up a little bit on that. It's not his style, so I understand that. But still, he is the best player in the league. I'd even say he's the best player right now, even with last league being so bad. Top 25, to me, it's hard to say that. I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve it. It's just really hard, and I haven't been doing a 1 through 25 list because there's so many great players that's ever played. Most memorable, yes, probably top 25. Mike Trout is in that list. I mean, just think you try to name off some players. If you're a generational player, he's so. Where would you rank Bruce? Everyone, he's top, whatever. But the way it's almost comparable, really. I mean, back then you could pitch, you could play first base, and you could catch, and then you could just bat first, and it didn't really matter because the players were there, but they were doing far. I guess I'll try to be brief because I'm lagging a little bit. Trout, Debbie, and five. Just it's going to be something that we need to kind of neat.
Yeah, that's the thing. I go with Trout too. I wish he was definitely more public. It's kind of the thing that I think we all look at, and I don't even think it's a Mike Trout thing. I think it's a baseball problem in general. Mike Trout just fits in with everybody. It's almost weird. Like I've heard a lot of people say in the baseball world, if you try to do different things, if you try to get the marketing abilities and everything like that, that you're almost looked down upon, which in my opinion just doesn't really make sense. Because if you can obviously make more money doing ads and get yourself out there, then I don't know why you wouldn't. To me, Mike Trout, and I like you said, I have said this before, and so have you. Mike Trout might be the best player in baseball, and out of the 4 major sports, when you think about the best player in each one, you can go with LeBron, you can go with Mahomes or Brady or whatever sport you really want to look at. There's nobody on there that can walk down the street and just not be recognized. Like LeBron is going to get mobbed. At this point in his career, Patrick Mahomes is getting mobbed. I think if you put Mike Trout in the middle of New York City, he could walk comfortably. And
Mhm.
that's a big problem, not only for Mike Trout, but for baseball in general, because that means you're not marketing your players correctly. And that's the one thing that we've always gone on the MLB for is not marketing, their players correctly. So it's something that they just have to take care of, and I really wish they would, because, like I said, to me, you're never going to lose me as a baseball fan. I'm kind of entrenched in it. I've grown up around baseball. I played baseball. I've watched it forever. So you're not losing me. But it's the simple fact that oh, hold on here. Oh, Michael, we got you on the phone. Maybe is that
Yeah,
is that what
I'm,
this is?
that's what I'm trying to do, but I may have to do my Bluetooth with my headset. So bear with me on that if you don't care. I'm gonna drop you for a second.
Oh, you're all right. I can take care of this.
Okay,
Professional.
there we
I'm a
go.
professional. But yeah, I think the major issue with baseball right now is just marketing Mike Trout. Like I don't understand why they don't do it. Uh, like I said, you could drop him in the middle of New York City and nothing's really going to change. So they have to get rid of that. They have to get him more involved. But I think it's a top 25 pretty easily for me, at least in my opinion. Mike Trout's unbelievable. Numerous MVPs. I think he's not done winning them either. And for everybody, listen, I know me bets just won, a World Series. He has a AL MVP, blah, blah, blah. We got to stop. We got to stop, people. Accept it. Mike Trout is the best player in baseball. I know everybody wants to, you know, try and change it, this, that, or the third. No, no, no. It's Mike Trout. I'll fight anybody for it. But moving on from Mike Trout, let's see. Mike Trout isn't a personality. You can't market him. Hot take. See, that's the thing. I just don't know if it's true because he hasn't let his personality show because in baseball that's not a thing that they do. Like I said before, I've heard many times that if you try to, do certain things in baseball or if you want to get more involved doing this, that, or whatever, then you're kind of looked down upon. And that's a weird thing for me because why should you be looked down upon if you're trying to expand your opportunities, if you're trying to, grow the sport in a certain way? So I don't know if it is Mike Trout. Maybe Mike Trout is just a dry personality. Maybe you could absolutely be right, but I don't think we're gonna know because he hasn't had the opportunity to do it anyway. So it's an interesting case. It really is. I think there's definitely opportunities that they should be pushing forward, but they just don't. So I don't know. But we'll move it on here to my next little topic about the Angels, and that would be their pitching, which is something they desperately need to fix. And it's hopefully they will be able to do that because, as Michael said it, my co-host, obviously, we get him back on here. I know that he'll definitely go off about it. He's been a major proponent of it all year, pretty much. He's trying to get Trevor Bauer. Uh, oh, there
How
we
do I
go,
look now?
Michael. You look
Can you lag now?
wonderful. No,
Good,
it's
good,
beautiful.
good. Sorry for the more lower area here.
Oh, listen, it's okay. You see, this is why we're professionals, though. I had Wi-Fi problems. You had Wi-Fi problems. What did we do? Instantly fixed it. Got on the phones, and we're chugging
That's
along
right.
here.
That's right. Go
We are
Reds.
absolutely chugging. I mean, if you
Did I
listen, Michael,
hear?
pro tip: if you if you like unlock the slide thing, you can and you
Uh,
put your phone sideways, it'll look like mine and not the black marks on both sides. Oh yes,
oh
sir.
yes. Looky there. Now it's even better. Let me turn it
Exactly.
down a bit more.
Angels needs to
All
fix
right.
everything. Angels desperately need to fix everything. You know what? You're not wrong. That's also not wrong at all. The Angels really do need to fix a lot of things. And I'm hoping that pitching takes care of it because now that I have Michael back, I'll let you. I was gonna start on it, but I'll let you go off on it because I know that's what you want to do. How are the Angels gonna fix that pitching, Michael?
Do you like how I try not to make any noise with my clap? Listen, if and it's weird looking down because I see myself on the screen too, and
I
I'm
know, me too.
trying to see here. But the Angels, if any player in this league that does not sign back with the Reds, of my fan, obviously, yes, yes, here we go, Reds. Bauer has to sign with the Angels. I think. Like I am going to have a heart attack and like just be so depressed if he signs with anyone else but the Angels. The Angels have needed this star player for a long time. They have Trout. I'd say in every my Connie professionals here.
I
In
know, right?
every episode that we've talked about, we've mentioned Bauer just a tad bit, and I always say I pray that he goes to the Angels. I want him to be a Red, and actually, I listened to for probably the first time a 15-minute YouTube channel that he had talking about what he wants when he signs, and the dude is just really down to earth. Like the first thing I thought when I seen him was, this dude is an ace. He doesn't look like an athlete at all. Like he looks like me pretty much, but it's really like I feel like the dude's got a bad rep on a lot of things. Like everyone thinks all he wants is all this money, and he's so backwards. It's his way or the highway. He throws the ball up into the stands, which is true. But after watching that little bit and what he talked about, I really liked him even more because he's talking about, yes, I want money, but I want a lot of the money because I want compensated for all the hard work that I do. And he went on to talk about like when I used to play, and this is one thing I like now, I think has an advantage for the Reds, is he said when I first started, I think he played for the Diamondbacks. He said he quoting him, I was throwing a heavy ball or weighted balls, and it was frowned upon during that time to throw heavy balls because they were thinking I was going to blow out my elbow or my shoulder, so they made me stop. Well, I like to train different, he was saying. And he said, I want to go to a team that are more active and open to listen to how I want to train and want to learn from myself. He said, I collect so much data on myself and how I train and how I do different things. And he said, actually, one thing that I've been very adamant about last year is pitching every 4 nights, a 4 day rotation for him. And he said, I'm not wanting to do that because I want to pitch more. I'm wanting to do that because I have so much data on myself that my body actually recovers better on 4 days than it does 5 days. Like at 5 days, I'm kind of mellowing out, losing some mass as far as that. Like if you ever played sports, you always hear in 3 days you lose your conditioning or you start to lose your conditioning. So I guess it's something to that. Like he has so much data of what he's trained on different things that he can read when he's at his peak. So I'm sitting there thinking, man, this dude is going all out with that stuff. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I mean, he needs compensated on different things like that. And he was just saying that, one thing I loved about the Reds is they were open to listen to this. And sometimes they actually came to me and said, hey, middle of the season, such and such is hurt right now. We've got the person that's not really pitching well. We may pitch you on the 4th day. So just be ready. We're interested in possibly doing this. And he kept talking about his marketing. He didn't care if it was a big market like an Angels, a Yankees, a Dodgers, or anything like that. He said, because, I survived in Cincinnati. I survived in Cleveland. I think he pitched 1 year in Cleveland, didn't he? Did I just make that up?
No, he was in Cleveland a while.
I was thinking up there with,
Clevenger.
that's why, yeah. But then he said, and I survived the Diamondbacks. So I have did well in these small market teams. I've done good in cold teams or cold area weather teams, hot. He said, it doesn't matter to me. I just want to go where I feel like a team likes me for who I am. And one thing he said is, I want to go to a team too that will listen to all my data and try to let me help out other people and make other players better. And I really, excuse me, if you ever follow the Reds, Sonny Gray, which I know you're a Yankees fan, so you know the name
Hate
there
him.
too. He had a great year this year, didn't he?
He
I mean,
did.
he
I
was
still hate him
he
though.
was he was our opening day pitcher, which I thought was crazy when you have Trevor Bauer, but I guess he didn't have a great year last year, so we didn't expect this completely. But Gray was our opening day pitcher, and yes, we did sign a coach from Vanderbilt that was our pitching coach this year for Cincinnati, who was Sonny Gray's pitching coach in college. So a reunion there, and you even hear some on Trevor's show. I refer to him as his first name, Bauer's show, that he would get mad at Sonny Gray because Bauer would be trying different things and trying to get different spin velocities and all that stuff. And he'd see Sonny Gray and he'd say, hey, listen, this is what I do and it helps. And Sonny Gray would try it 2 or 3 times and would be passing his stuff. He's like, man, I hate that. Like, I'm helping him and he's doing better than me. So it's almost like he's wanting to be a player coach this year. And I've rambled along about this. Am I lagging still on this or am I good
No,
now?
you're good.
Okay. So maybe we just need to do phones. Forget
Oh,
internet.
I know.
They're, pe- People are blocking it. No. But so yeah, big Trevor Bauer fan, obviously just from the Reds. But I really hope. Long story. I'm gonna loop it back around now. Bauer needs to go to the Angels team because Trout needs this. The team is so close that an ace like this and a couple more signings that they could have, I think it would be great for the team and it would put them back to actually being contenders this year. So yes, there
Yeah,
I
like
rambled.
No, absolutely, but I agree with everything you said. I don't know about close, like hearing the the Angels and close still kind of hurts me, but like this comment
Okay,
says here.
hey. Oh, what I was saying on that is they're close, like it's a step in the right way. Like the
Oh yeah, yeah,
Mets,
okay.
the
The Mets
Mets
are
are
close.
close, but they're still going to be like we expect more to go on. Like if the Angels are making a push for Bauer, I think they're going to keep on going. So I mean that's what I'm saying. They're getting closer to where they're going to be at the end of the year.
Yeah, I think I'm still like I really like Bauer. I really do think he's good. Like this comment says, I also do think he needs to be marketed a lot more.
Oh
But
yes.
that's a baseball problem, like I was talking about before with Trout. My only thing is he was solid in Cleveland. He had
Mhm.
this a fantastic year with the Reds, obviously. My only thing is it hasn't been like a long time where he's been, top ace Cy Young material.
Oh, I
So
agree 100.
it's only it's a little bit scary that now he wants this money. And listen, he absolutely should because who it doesn't the market is when you become available, and he's available right now. So that's everybody else's problem on how much they want to give him or things of that nature. But I would definitely give Bauer a really really big look if I was the Angels. Get Trout some help because I think that their lineup is pretty solid. Obviously, Pujols is basically ancient right now, but he can still do a couple things. Otani, obviously, I think that they should give up on the pitching thing and let him just hit. I know that was
I do too.
the big. I think that was the big attraction with him coming over, but I don't know at this point. I think because you've seen over the past few seasons anyway. He had the Tommy John, which means now he can't play. And then what if you want him to pitch too? Do you really want him to go all out when he's hitting because then he can get tired? I don't know. I would just give up on the pitching thing. Would it be really cool for baseball and be really cool to watch? Absolutely. But sometimes you got to prioritize your team, so it doesn't really matter. They
Well,
also signed. They
here's my
signed.
take on him. I'm sorry, just my little spill on him. If he's a pitcher and batter, he needs to be in the NL. Like Angels, like just trade him, like, get everything you can for him, and let him do it. Like he plays for the Angels, you're not going to have a designated hitter and use your pitcher for it. I don't care how good he is. You're going to have him batting, or you're going to have him pitching. And granted, I love it, and it adds a big prospect to it or a different side effect to it there. But I feel like as a pitcher, you'd want to focus on pitching. As a batter, you would have focused on batting. Like you're basically taking two players and putting into one and trying to make him great. There's a reason they call it jack of all trades or a master of none. So either pick one or the other. Please tell me you know that saying. I know I'm very hillbilly here in Kentucky.
I've heard Jack of all trades.
Have you never heard a master of none part to it though?
Nah.
If you think about it, if you're a jack of all trades, you don't have anything that you're a master of. So
You know
you're
what?
not
That
a,
that that's pretty solid. That's pretty
yeah.
solid.
So uh, apparently they just tell you half of it. It's kind of like they say I'm a dreamer, and then they leave it at that. Dinner for Schmucks, great movie. Anyways, so he's got to be shorting himself somewhere. Like if it's a 2 hour practice and pitchers are practicing for 2 hours, he's got to either do 2 hours and then 2 hours of hitting later, or he's cutting one short. So focus on one and be an all star on it, man. I mean, if it needs to be, then get in there and bat. But that's my take on that.
Listen, I don't like Otani for the simple fact this man stole, and I mean
Uh-oh.
stole, a rookie of
Here
the
it
year
goes.
from Miguel Andujar and or Gleyber Torres. Stole it right from him. He didn't deserve it. I don't care what anybody says. You can fight me for it all day. Don't matter. But yeah, like as I was saying before, the Otani, Trout, Pujols can still do some things. Uh, and then they signed Anthony Rendon last offseason, so they definitely improved the lineup for sure. I think when Pujols' contract comes off the books, they'll really be aggressive in free agency because they're still obviously paying him a lot of money right now. And with him being paid a lot of money, they're obviously paying Trout, I think, like $40 million a year. So, Trout, if you ever want to donate, feel free. No big deal. I'll gladly accept it. But yeah,
Mhm.
I think pitching is the thing they have to focus on. So if they want to get a pitcher, they might as well go after Bauer, who's obviously the best pitcher available right now. But with all that being said, they obviously haven't signed anybody yet. The current team as constructed, Michael. Give me your record prediction. What do you think?
See, that's the thing. It's in a situation where I think the Angels will make a move. I'm sorry, guys. I got different chats popping up, and I can't use this hand because it's right in front of the camera. It's kind of like I did with the Mets. Like I want to project them higher than what they are worth right now. I feel like their ceiling is going to be much higher, but they're at the very bottom floor because we don't know what they're going to do. I really, 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 really want to pray that Bauer goes to the Angels. And if you can sign a player like Bauer, who's 1 year out of a Cy Young, you can probably negotiate better with some other players to fill in. They've got a couple young prospects that are coming up. There's two, I can't remember their names. I looked them up earlier, I think. That one is ranked higher, but the other one has impressed more, so they actually think he's going to come in probably more sooner than this year than the other. So they've got talent on this team. I feel like they're going to be okay. I'm going to kind of go in the middle. I really want to say they're a 90 win team this year, but with not knowing what they're going to do, I'm going to say that they're an 84, 85. I'm really high on this team. I really like this team. They've got different
See,
spots
I
that
don't, I
look
don't
good.
even blame you either because I think last year I predicted them to make the playoffs. Obviously, didn't go my way. See, here's the
Right.
thing too. Last season, I think Rendon was banged up a little bit. Like you said, I don't think Trout was there fully because he, child pandemic, everything like that. Uh, oh man, it's difficult. Like I want to predict them higher than I think they actually are because I just want Mike Trout to be in the playoffs so everybody can get to see him play.
Yes,
But
and
like
see his face.
I still think they're like a 78 win team. Like I
70,
don't like
78.
70. Yeah, like 78. Like maybe if things go right, hopefully like an 86 and you sneak into the wild card somehow. Um, I don't know. They're in a solid division as well, especially they have the cheating Astros. They have the A's who have been pretty solid, but I think the A's lost some pieces this offseason as well. So they have some competition in the division as well. It's not a cakewalk. It's not the NFC East of football out there. So I don't know. I'm hoping you're right with your original one with about 90 wins,
Was
but
it
I just
90
can't.
or 85?
Yeah, no, with the 90. I'm hoping that you're actually right about that. I just don't see it happening. I really don't. But let's.
Well, I'm I'm looking at their depth chart right now online. That's why I'm kind of looking up here. Albert Pujols is their first baseman. They have Jared Walsh there, who is born in '93, so he's not so much a young pup himself, too. That's so weird me saying because I'm 86. And then he's also the DH they have as far as the pitcher and the Pujols is their two DH that they have listed as their depth charts. Justin Upton, we know what. I mean, heck, he's 1 year younger than me, so I mean, we got some age out in the outfield. Jose Iglesias, who used to play for the Reds, he's born in '90, so he's an older character as well. Character, he's an older shortstop as well, but he had a breakout year last year. We talked in our last episode. I think East Coast it was, and I cannot remember what team because the Reds had him and traded him, and
We did
they actually
last
traded. I want to say
episode
it
was
was
the Marlins and Orioles.
maybe it was the Orioles that traded him. I think that's who it was, but traded Jose Iglesias over there, who had a good year last year. So if he could keep it up this year, that'd be a great spot at that. Probably the leadoff spot, even at short as well. And we're looking at third base, Anthony Render, who is
Rendon.
also old. I mean, I did say Render, didn't I? Rendon. And I've been practicing LeMay Hugh so much this week.
Oh,
You'd be proud of me. I really have been practicing it. But he's 1990, so I mean he's not a young pup either. I mean this team is either do it now or we're done. I mean Albert Pujols was born in 1980. I'm born in 1986. I'm 35, so he is almost 40 years old. My goodness, dude. Like I think he needs to either say let me renegotiate my contract and try to free up some
yeah,
money for this team.
yeah, because I'm sure Albert Pujols really wants to give up millions of dollars.
See, this is where an old country boy would say, "Yes, I would," because I mean, heck, if you make 10 million in 1 year for the next 10 years, you're set for life if you can make some good choices. So I don't know why you don't. I mean, if I'm pushing, riding off in the horse in the sunset, I may say keep a couple million, get me a couple good players because I want to ring because
I mean, he
I
already
get some
got his
incentives on
rings
it.
though.
Yeah, but wouldn't you want one more with a different team, like go out in style? Like everyone wants to retire winning. Like you don't want to retire at the bottom, like oh you're a has been, or you retired because you had so much money and you were a financial burden on the team.
I don't know.
That
Trying to convince athletes who are at the top of the food chain to give up money. I just don't know how that goes. I really don't.
if if anyone would, I think it'd be Albert Pujols. He is actually a nice guy. I follow him on Twitter. He's got a lot of different foundations. He does some charity work. He seems like a legit guy who deserves the money. Let's be honest.
Maybe if they can renegotiate the contract that most of it goes to charity instead of him, and it doesn't count against the cap.
There you go. That's I ain't even looking. I didn't. I've forgotten. I know this was a big ordeal with the Reds again, but they signed Iglesias, our old closer, so they have a nice little closer as well. So, I mean, they've made some moves this offseason. So, I mean, they're setting themselves up where they could be
Maybe instead of
sufficient.
money, I don't remember who it is. I think it's an NFL player. He signed his contract, and some of it is getting paid in Bitcoin.
In what?
Bitcoin.
Nice. My goodness.
So
What in the world are we living
may,
in? But
maybe they'll start playing Blue Wolves in Bitcoin. But I think that's gonna wrap it up for the Angel side of things. We're gonna move over to the Rockies on the NL West side. I almost said East. I caught myself though. Uh,
uh-oh.
we, obviously, the Dodgers and Padres are kind of the big story in the NL West, but we actually are going to end up saving those because I know we got a few people that want to join the show. Michael is now the Suns GM, apparently. I didn't even know that, Michael. How do you're on this show and you didn't tell me that you're making millions of dollars being the Suns GM?
What are you even talking about here?
I don't know. On my name thing, it says Michael MD Lawson Son GM.
Well, buddy, I don't know how that happened because that's on my phone, but we're just going to go with it, okay? I'm afraid to touch anything there.
I think I can fix it for you on my computer, but whatever. You're the Suns GM. Why not? You're making millions of dollars.
You know what?
But we'll go over to the Rockies. And I think the big story right now is, do they trade? Oh my gosh, I just forgot his first name.
Nomar, is it?
No, it's not Nomar. Nolan. There we go. Oh my God.
Nolan.
Do they trade Nolan Arenado? Now I got into my rant a couple weeks ago about this on small market teams and how it annoys me. The only reason I want to trade Arenado. What happened? What was that, Michael?
It's because I said it's because you don't like a small market team. You don't
That's
cheer
just,
for
that's
one.
just not
If
true.
you did, you would understand.
No. See, here's the thing: they have no reason to cry about money when there's profit sharing. You should be able to keep your players. That just means you're cheap.
We're not going to agree or even come close to understanding each other on this.
Whatever. But the reason that they want to trade Arenado is actually because they're looking to sign Trevor Story, who is their star shortstop. I remember when he came up as a rookie, and he was just blasting home runs. But he's a very good, player. Obviously, I was listening to Jeff Passan on the radio a couple days ago, and he had him as the best shortstop in baseball. I obviously disagree with that. I think it's Lindor. Whatever. Debate for a different day. Lindor,
1A,
Correa, Lindor, Correa, or Trevor Story, whatever order you really want to go in, I guess.
Barry Larkin.
No, yeah, I don't even. Sure, why not?
Oh my goodness.
I mean, technically, I have the best shortstop.
Age.
I have the best shortstop right here, anyway. Mr. Derek G.
Alex Rodriguez.
That's no, Mr. Derek. This is actually the newspaper clipping of when he got his 3,000th hit. But anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do they trade Arenado? I think you're out of your mind. If they do. Now, if they do want to trade Arenado, like I said, Yankees, make a phone call. I know you want to spend too much more money, but if you want to, shore up the third base position, feel free. Of course, one team that me and Michael seem to always go back to on the show. Michael, I think you can guess this. Who's involved Who has talked to the Rockies or has been, heard about
I would
trading for him?
say it's the New York Mets.
That you would be absolutely correct. It is the New York Mets. Uh,
Mets.
they've been rumored about him. Obviously, the Mets also talked about Chris Bryant. Like I said, I think you're crazy if you trade Arenado. He's a Gold Glove winner at third base. He's a great, great hitter. Now, I know that people are going to try to take it away from him because he plays in Colorado, where obviously, it feels like everybody hits a lot better there because of the air and blah, blah, whatever. Don't care. Arenado's a very, very good player. I say you absolutely have to keep him. I'd probably take him over Story. Like, that's probably the direction that I would go. So if you had to pay one, I would go with him. I know that they're trying to, kind of determine which one they're going to pay right now. But I don't know. Arenado just seems too good to give up on. If there is a way that they can, try to keep both, obviously that's the best situation because this is also, like one of the topics we were going to get into, but you can kind of, tie it together here. If they trade Arenado, to me, you're going to rebuild because you're going to get a lot of pieces back for him. You're probably going to get a lot of prospects, maybe a major league or something like that. And that prospects obviously take time. So I think to me, you're probably going into rebuild in that situation. They still have Charlie Blackmon on the team. They would still have Trevor Story, obviously. And this isn't even actually who's their outfielder that's been on the team
Sam,
forever.
I was going to say they have Matt Kemp listed as their DH.
No, they have an
Matt
outfielder that's been on that team forever. Things like Carlos something.
Santana.
No,
Sorry.
I don't even know if that was Michael.
Do you not know who Carlos Santana
No,
is?
I know who that is. I just don't know what the fake guitar was.
He plays the guitar.
Does he really?
Yes, that's what Carlos
Oh,
Santana is famous for.
oh, I'm thinking about
We might be
I'm
talking
thinking
about a
about the
different one.
baseball player.
No, no, no. I'm sorry. I'm going with the guitar one. He's
Oh, I was
yeah.
thinking of the baseball player,
Sorry.
but whatever.
I mean
Michael,
that
what do you
makes
think?
sense to go with the baseball player.
What do you think about Arenado? Would you keep him? Do you try to obviously, like I said, I think the best situation is keeping both, but at this point, I don't think it's going to happen. So you keeping Arenado? Trading him away, keeping Story. Does that mean rebuild mode for them? What do you got?
They got Ian Desmond. He's been playing for forever, but he's not always been on the Rockies. I'm sorry, I was more interested in that, trying to figure that part out.
He's an outfielder. I
Uh,
just don't know who it is.
Charlie Blackmon is a designated hitter. Let's see here. Sam Hilliard. I mean, I don't even know why I'm trying to read these names. Wouldn't be him.
He came up around the same time as Troy Tulowitzki. I, it's like,
No, there's no
oh my gosh, I'm gonna find it. And see, now you got me all messed up. I'm gonna find it,
Garrett Hampson.
but go on. How do you feel about Arenado and all that?
I absolutely love him. He's a great player. To me, I think of the Yankees a little bit when I think of these two, the shortstop and the third base, when Alex Rodriguez and Jeter was playing together. It's a great 1-2 on that left side of the field. It's very great on defense. Story definitely had a better hitting season last year. I would say I want to say I looked it up there, and he was number one on the team. And I think Nolan was down to around eighth on the team for all across the board stats on that. So I mean, I hate to say it because I'm a small market team, but I mean, you definitely have to listen to the options. What's going on out here? What are they really trying to offer for Arenado, and see if there's anything that could come back. I do think it would be next year rebuild if you did trading. I don't know how long of a rebuild it would be though, because he's such I won't say generational player with him, but I mean he's such a good player. Don't get me wrong. He was very borderline generational. I'll say that at least. I don't want you to be mindful how I say non-generational there, but I think if you could get a very close starter, a starting pitcher that could end up being very good in the league, you consider it with another prospect as well. You're definitely not going to be getting any kind of veteran players that you're hoping that you can can, what am I trying to think? Develop. There we go. Try to develop like if there's a mechanical error going on with his pitching and thinking, hey, I can fix this more or less. You're not going to be doing that. So I definitely think you're going to try to get 2 prospects and probably a player that can play right now immediately for him. Plus maybe even a round pick. I won't say a first or a second, just a round pick because you're looking to rebuild, yes, but I also don't think you're in rock bottom rebuild. As Kentucky in basketball, we like to say it's reload. So I feel like they may trade him if they can get a good starting pitcher that probably will be making an appearance this year. Maybe not start on the opening day roster, but I'll probably be invited to a spring camp and then do all that stuff. But yeah, I think they'll end up trading him. I wish they wouldn't because I love these small market teams when they come together and actually compete with the big market teams, even though you don't like that at all. So my fairy tale story, this is a Cinderella that keeps it together and makes some noises in there, but I don't think they can make it happen. Do you?
No, I don't. I don't think they can. Like, I actually like the Rockies, like as an organization. I don't know why. They're just like one of those
It's the
weird teams that
purple.
they really might be. I like their uniforms are pretty solid.
It's dope, man. If you can pull off purple, I mean, listen, if a guy wears pink or purple,
Carlos
well, I won't
Gonzalez,
go there.
that's who it is. Found him.
Well, he
Got
don't play with them
that.
now, though, right?
That was driving me absolutely. Actually, wait, where did he just go? All right, let me just type. I'm gonna type him in right now though, because I want to see if he is still playing with him.
No, he's
Carlos,
not on the depth chart.
did he? He retired. My man retired or something. Oh, he's a
Apparently
free agent
so.
actually.
Oh, okay.
He played with
What's up?
the
Maybe they'll sign him
A's,
there.
Rockies, Indians, and Cubs.
Okay. That's why I
Maybe
don't
I
like him as a Cub.
did. Did he not? Was he not on the Rockies forever? Like, am I wrong right now? No, I'm gonna look this up because
It
it's
must
gonna
have
annoy
been
me.
one.
Oh, listen, I'm very,
It happens.
very, and I mean very, rarely. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. Rarely
Barely,
wrong.
rarely.
Listen, that's just a tongue twister. Okay. Let's see. How long did
Well,
he
they
play
mean the
for
same
the?
thing.
Oh, he played for the Rockies from '09 to 2018. So I was correct.
Okay, I give
And
you
then
that.
he played for the Indians in 19 and the Cubs in 19. So we got traded
So,
around a little
question.
bit.
Let's just throw this out here, and we haven't discussed this at all, so we're not prepared at all. If he gets traded, where do you think he goes?
Arenado?
Mhm.
Oh God.
Or, or how many teams are involved?
What I mean, if the Mets are looking at a third baseman, which it seems like they are, because they
Mhm.
talked to the Cubs about Brian. I've heard that I don't know
Right.
if they have directly talked to the Rockies about Arenado, but like I've heard that that was a rumor at one point. So if the Mets are
Sorry, I'm
looking for a
typing
third
something.
baseman, I would definitely be going with Arenado over Brian. I just think he's a better player. Uh, so I put the Mets up there. I just think that you never count out a team like the Dodgers. I mean, they were in on Francisco Lindor, so I don't know where they keep getting all this money from. I know baseball has no salary cap or anything like that, but I mean, Jesus, I don't know how they're getting all this money. Uh, I, I, I mean, I said I would like it, but I think you can count the Yankees out. I don't think they want to add a contract like that. The Yankees are actually trying to get underneath the luxury tax right now, so I don't think that's going to happen. I put the Mets, Dodgers. It's tough
Because I
because
may have.
it kind of limits you because he does have a big
Mhm.
contract right now. Like it's not like he's making no money, and because if he was, that would be very attractive, and the Rockies could probably get an absolute haul from him. But he is making a solid amount of money right now, so that kind of stops everything. So I don't know. I put the Mets, Dodgers. I think it's just the typical teams. I mean, I can try and look right now like what the rumors are, uh, but those will be my front runners. What about you?
I'm trying to look a little bit here. See your catchers, infielders. All it says. Darn it, I don't want to see that. Roster depth chart. Who I would like to see him go if moved because it's a team that makes noise but yet are still miniature big roster or a big market team. And I'm looking here. See here, third baseman. I can't pronounce this guy's name.
What's
It's the Blue Jays.
who's your third baseman?
Santiago Espinal,
I don't know. Ooh,
Espinal.
actually, I like the
But
Blue Jays. That's a good one.
because you got Vlad at first. You've got some different players around here that everyone knows, and Vlad has lost. I want to say 30 pounds this offseason when it first started, and I haven't heard anything else. You've got BGO Junior. You have Derek Fisher, not the basketball player. Just want to throw him out there. Let's see here. You have some really good pitching too, and I went to let's see here stats. Let me go to again, and their hitting at third base was Travis Shaw. So I'm assuming, and like I said, we haven't really talked too much
the
about this.
Blue Jays are number 3.
Number 3 on what for him?
Yeah.
So yeah,
number two is the Mets. Let's see what number 1 is. Let's see. Of course, the Dodgers. It's always the Dodgers.
But yeah, the Dodgers. So yeah, I think the Blue Jays would be a really good fit for him, and they've got a lot of young people that could make it a tempting trade. And they actually do develop some more of a farmhouse team or a farm team where they have a lot of prospects there. So I'm interested in that team. That's who I would like to see him go to. I think everyone loves Vlad Jr. just because of his dad anyway. So that would be an interesting spot for him. I think that would definitely move them up as contenders as well. I mean, they're already small market contenders, but that'll put them on that next stage, I think, next level, 2-tier, if you will.
Yeah, and then I think, the next thing that they have to take care of is the pitching. But the problem with them is obviously being small market, you can't go out and get a Trevor Bauer. You can't go out and, trade for somebody who has, a bigger contract or anything like that. So you kind of got to pick and choose.
The one organization, though, that has made noise without having dominant pitching has been the Blue Jays. Batista, even Edwin Encarnacion, when he played for the Reds, he was horrible. And then he went on there and just hit every ball out of the park. So, I mean, this is the one team that can say we're going to just dedicate everything to offense and hope our pitching can contend a little bit. So, I mean, they could pull it off. They have in the past many times. I mean, it's 0% probably across everywhere else, but they have made some noise with it.
I mean, the Blue Jays have made like the playoffs. They haven't won the World Series or anything doing it.
Are you about World Series?
Oh, here we go.
You know where I'm going. I'm just asking. Are you worried about
but you're about World Series.
I am. Why play if
so
you're not
so it would still
thing?
So it would still be a useless trade then, or it would still be useless for them to.
If I was the Blue Jays, I would try to get this man, and then as soon as I got him, I'd say, "Hey, Mr. Trevor Bauer, this team is your team. We'll have to move some money around, but we want you." I don't know. Toronto is such a awesome area of fun.
See, here's
community.
my thing. Here's the thing, though. If you're playing for the Blue Jays, you don't even know where you're playing right now, because Canada still won't let them.
Or not Arizona. But they're playing in Georgia, I thought.
I mean, they played last season in Buffalo. I just don't know where they're going to play. That's the problem. It's been, Canada won't let them play in their home stadium. I think Buffalo's out of the question again. So, okay, but even then, even if they are playing in Georgia or whatever, you really want to play in a minor league ballpark all the time. You want to, not be in your own home half the time because you're playing in Georgia and not Toronto, where they probably have houses now and things like that. Like, I don't know.
Where they probably have houses now?
What? Am I wrong?
See here. Well, here, let me ask you this real quick, because I'm seeing this popped up and I didn't even think about that, but I'm sure Toronto Raptors, are they playing in Tampa on December 18th, 2020? It says Toronto Raptors.
I don't even know where they are playing.
It says they have relocated to Tampa, Florida for the upcoming NBA season. So if Tampa is hosting Toronto Raptors, I would assume that you would try to do that same area and have that same market that you're trying to reach to. So, I mean, if you could go play in Tampa, Florida, would you not want to go to there?
Well, I mean, where are you going to play, though?
Doesn't matter. I mean, you're in Florida. I mean,
you still can't do anything. There's a pandemic going on, brother.
Listen, have you been out?
No.
Would you be out if the pandemic wasn't even on? No, you'd be home playing your gamer stuff.
I mean, probably, but that's a different story. These are professional athletes. They want to go out and have fun.
You
My
can't
head.
do it anywhere. So who cares? If you're in Florida, at least you're in Florida and people are in bikinis and stuff. At least that's entertaining. I love seeing a man in a speedo, don't you?
Oh yeah,
That's a
big.
joke, guys.
In fact I only wear speedos.
I would believe that, and I
No,
would
you don't.
pay to see that.
Whoa, Michael.
Oh, it's a OnlyFans going on here, guys. I'm sorry.
Listen, feet pics for the low. I sell feet pics for the low. I paint my nails and everything if you really request it.
Oh wow. I'll be honest with you. Now this has went south. Trevor Bauer to the Angels or Reds or Blue Jays, and I'm done. I'm happy.
I mean, DJ Mayhew back to the Yankees. I don't care what anybody else does.
3 days ago, they said that the Mets were really making a push for him.
Everybody's making a push for everybody. Like, how you? I don't know what to believe anymore. But see, that's the other thing too. Like, the market is moving so slow because of like everything going on and how much money everybody's lost. Like, I just don't know. So,
Latest on DJ LeMay Hugh. Ooh, that did it.
see,
Mets
there we
among
go. It's
most
huge.
interested teams.
Ooh, there we go. Proud of you, brother.
It's only taken about 5 weeks, but I'm getting there.
What's the?
Other day or other news, Astros unlikely to sign JT Realmuto. I forgot he's still available too, man. I mean,
Remember when you said that he was, the most, uh, he was the best free agent available,
yes, and I still think that.
and then we ran a poll, and he came in last because I remember that
Listen,
because I
when I
remember
say
that.
them, I said the best available. When I'm saying best available, I'm not meaning athletic, like best player. A catcher is so important to your team now that he is the most valuable. Maybe I should have used the word valuable. What was that?
I just don't think I don't even think that's true.
Man, I'm
If you
okay.
think, all right, how is the catcher
Who?
position the most valuable? But like, how many catchers can you truly name?
How many catchers can you truly name?
Yeah.
Well, that's because hold on,
Oh
trying to
yeah.
click here. You don't see my fingers going anywhere. I
Listen,
mean,
the only catchers I truly know are like Sanchez, obviously, Remuto because of all the free agent stuff. I know Molina because he's been around for so long. Uh,
Posey,
Posey,
Giants.
yeah. Wilson Contreras. But like everywhere else, couldn't tell you.
I mean,
Oh wait,
Tucker for the Reds. I think he,
Oliver Perez too.
of course, Tucker. He won, I think, a Gold Glove this year for at catcher for the Reds. So I mean, he was good. I mean, catchers are a little more valuable than we think. What I'm saying is, I don't think we give them the credit too that they need. Like just because we can't
I mean,
name
they
them,
probably deserve more credit, but valuable? I don't know. I don't know.
if they just okay, listen. Would you rather have a player that goes out and pitches 100 pitches and does no thinking, or a catcher that calls 100 pitches that's supposed to be perfect for this batter that it can't hit at?
Well, I'm not comparing a catcher to a pitcher. That's like apples to oranges. You can't do that. You got to compare. You got to compare a catcher to another everyday player, and I would rather have a star shortstop or something of that nature than a catcher.
Okay, a star catcher and a star shortstop. You think the shortstop is more valuable?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
We can run it up. We can run another poll, Michael. Ain't no problem.
And okay, I'm trying to think how's another way that I can try to make my point proven here for you. Uh,
It can't be proven because I've already won the poll.
okay, here's another way I look at it. Back when Dirk Nowitzki won the NBA, like Dirk won it, the most valuable player on that team was not Dirk in my eyes. It was Jason Kidd, who is one of my favorite players, because he was the coach on the court that set everything up that got Dirk in the position that he wanted to be. If
So
Dirk
you're
was the
saying that
best
they're a
player and
lead.
the most valuable,
The catchers are the leaders.
I think so. Yes.
That's see, I can acknowledge that's fair. That can be fair.
That's what I'm saying. I
Because
mean,
they
they're
give
the leaders.
signs, they
They've
give
got to be more
signs to
valuable.
people. They call the game, things like that. Leader. I can agree with leader. I'll go with leader.
Well, but that's why I'm saying they're most valuable. I mean, yes, if a catcher bats 300 and a shortstop bats 300, who would you rather have? Well, let me
Shortstop.
throw some more stats. They both bat 300. I mean, what kind of stats do you really throw out to compare them? To me, a catcher has to be a coach. I even think David Ross, who is now the manager of the Chicago Cubs, another catcher. He used to play for the Reds too. They
That's
have to
why.
be so
See,
in depth in
they're
the game.
great leaders. That's why a lot of catchers become coaches, though. Like I agree with that too. Like you said, him, Joe Girardi, obviously. Uh, I mean, I can't. I know Yogi Berra was a coach a few times.
Johnny Bench was
Yeah.
never a
So
coach, but he was a catcher for the Reds. So that's my thing. I guess again, leadership
we're
requires
arguing over
so much more
semantic. We're
responsibility.
arguing over the semantics here.
I agree. I agree.
I
I mean, yeah, a catcher is more highlights, and you can see what they can do. And stat wise, the highlight reels is what everyone loves the most. But to me, a catcher is more valuable because you get the leadership, the understanding of the game, the X's and O's, the placement of the players. Let's shift on this guy. I mean, every call comes from the catcher. I mean, it is relayed from the manager, but the catcher is more or less directing everyone in the field. Shift here, double play here. We're looking for the bunt here. Okay, this is what we're doing.
well, you know what? Like I said, we'll be all right. We'll survive. Arguing.
So that's why I
Oh,
think
look
real
at look at
coach
this. We got
is
Corey
much
over
better.
here on the Twitch side of things. I love that. Fire
On
up,
the Twitch,
bro. Braves and Twins.
go Braves and
Ugh.
Twins. What a combo of a team there.
I remember when we were.
Let's
I
be
think we were.
honest. Corey,
What?
I was going to say Corey likes the Twins just because of the Big League, the movie. The Little Big League, I think it was called, but I forgot. He is from Minnesota, or did he play basketball in Minnesota? It's one of the two. So fair enough. Corey is like
Minnesota,
older than me, so he likes the Braves because of the '90s, the
bro.
Minnesota.
Minnesota is
Don't you
Canada
know about me?
2.0. So you can't say anything other than that to me. But Michael, I think we should go in to the rant of the week. I think we really should. I think here we go, people, and it's my turn. It's my turn. Don't worry, Michael. I
Hang on, let
got
me
it.
bring you up here.
Oh, I thought I was gonna do it. Whatever, fine. Um,
Well, you
all
said
right. What? No, go ahead. Oh, I
you
like
said
that.
that you couldn't control it, but I've got it pulled up here. Anything?
All right.
Okay, go on.
Rant of the week. Here it is, people.
Can't top mine, by the way.
You ranted about people wearing certain clothes, Michael. That's so boomer of you.
Boomer.
Yeah, that's so boomer of you.
Wow. Just rant and shut up.
All right, my rant is actually for the owners of MLB teams, and it can actually be extended on out to kind of all teams or all owners in sports. I'm so sick and tired at this point of having to listen to billionaires cry about losing money. Like, bro, you're worth billions of dollars, and I'm supposed to sit here and feel bad for you. And the people of whatever country you're in, America. Well, I'll just say America because that's where I am. We gotta sit here and listen. Oh, I can't pay this player because I lost so much money this off. Bro, I don't care how much money you lost this offseason because you probably have 17 times that amount of money anyway. Now I kind of understand why it's the market slows down because you don't want to continue losing money. That's how you go bankrupt. Sure. But for one season, I'm pretty sure you had enough money that you're going to be okay for losing some. Like you can't sit here and convince me that one season bankrupted you. The NHL commissioners talking about it will be cheaper for us to, not play this season, blah, blah, blah. All right, so then don't do it. So don't play. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I certainly want you to play because, like obviously I have 2 sports shows, and that's all I really
There
care
goes the
about.
show.
Yeah. No, don't you worry, Michael. We would come up with some excellent things, even if there wasn't sports going on. Listen, there's not baseball going on right now. We're still doing a baseball show. But anyway, Yeah, I'm just so the billionaire owner sitting here and complaining about losing money and this, that, and third. Oh, we don't know. We're gonna see how we're gonna see how the market turns out because I don't want to sign this player before this happens. This happens. Like you're like, oh, am I supposed to feel bad for you? Let me get out the world's smallest violin, bro. Like I don't know what you want me to tell you. You're not gonna get any crocodile tears from pretty much people anywhere because it's just not that important to anybody else. Like I said, you're millionaires talking about losing money. I think that you're going to be okay. Michael, how do we feel about my rant?
Wasn't much of a rant. I'll just be honest with you. My goodness, wow, just way too
Oh
big.
my,
Let me switch it there.
no, this.
But I will say this: I agree with you to a point. They've got so much money. Now I will say this: I don't think, and this might be a little bit of my age difference with you here too, is I don't think their money that they didn't earn from their ownership of a franchise should have to be used or anything to that effect. Like, I can't play a player because I lost so much money and I'm not going to dip into anything else like I've invested somewhere else just to get a player. Absolutely not. Like, you're committed to the baseball and that's your organization that you need to keep all your X's and O's or your books on, I feel. But that's just me. So I can kind of understand a little bit. Yes, they're fine, but how can they pay them and still meet up? Because if they lost this year, as I would say, as a money stance, they are probably thinking if it keeps continuing this way, how will they continue to do it? Usually, billionaires think 10 steps ahead of regular people, and we would be the
All right,
regular
but let me
people
tell you something. If
because we're
this is
not
still
billionaires.
going on in 10 years, I think we got a much bigger problem.
And I would agree with you on that because if the pandemic, which to me, anyways, is worse now on this
Oh, it
date
is.
than it was 4 months ago. And 4 months ago, we shut everything down. So why we haven't shut everything down and went to that, I have no idea. So I don't know how we're going to maintain and actually have sports if we couldn't have sports 4 months ago and it's worse than now. Now, this, I'm not trying to get into political of anything on that. It's just, I feel like it's kind of crazy because, like, I work at Tractor Supply, love it, absolutely love it. Tractor Supply gave their employees a paper to put in our truck or our vehicles. I drive a truck just in case we were completely shut down, that we'd have to prove that we were essential
Oh, I
workers
got
and we
that
could
too.
travel. Okay, well, we're worse now, and we don't have anything like that. Like, there's no talk of anything like that. I don't understand it. And like the commissioners already said, expect the preseason, the uh, spring league or spring,
Spring training.
wow, spring what? There we go. To start as usual, as regular on schedule, and even 162 games this year. We're worse than we were when we did a 60 team or 60 game season. So the two things aren't adding up. And if we do that, and they're even expecting fans what they want to try, so how are they going to do that for all year, all 162 games, if we're worse now than we were 4 months ago?
Well, Michael, it's a question that we're going to have answered when the season is actually played. But Michael,
If
it
it
was an
is,
interesting episode. That it was interesting to say the
it
least.
was.
We had Wi-Fi issues from the beginning. I'm gonna try to get mine figured out. Michael's is just a one episode thing. I don't know what's going on with mine. Like I said, my
Hopefully.
Wi-Fi works like I've done this entire show on my Wi-Fi from my phone. So like, how does it make sense that I can do it on the computer? Whatever. Um,
Well,
but
if you think about it, though, I'm in the same boat. My truck was, or my truck, why am I saying my truck? My goodness. My computer was lagging, and I switched to my phone, and it's the same Wi Fi.
I wonder. See, it's StreamYard's telling me to try using Chrome if this continues. So I wonder if I should just switch browsers because I use Firefox. What do you use?
Uh, Chrome.
Oh, you're using Chrome. Okay, so maybe this is not even going to help me anyway. That just crushed my dreams.
Why do
Um,
you use Firefox?
because I tried using Safari and it didn't work, and so I used it on Firefox, and it always worked from
Dude,
there.
you're a
What?
Generation Z. Why are you not using Chrome?
I don't know. It's not on this computer. It's my dad's computer. It's not on here. Leave me alone.
My goodness. Oh, it's okay. Your dad's computer, so that's what it is. He doesn't have it.
Yeah,
My
exactly.
goodness.
Listen, Firefox has always worked very well for me.
Hmm.
And I never
Let's
used
Google.
Chrome like ever.
Connie
Always went.
Senior, download Chrome.
Well, whatever. We're gonna head on out of here. But of course, before we go, I'm gonna pay the bills just one more time. Uh, so if you're into the betting world, make sure you go over to mybookie.ag, use promo code USN100 to double your first deposit, up to $1,000 actually. So they're always doing good things for the people in the betting world over there. I know that I'm certainly into it. So make sure you head on over there, place your bets. We got NBA, we got NFL playoffs. The NHL is actually back now as well. So if you want to bet on anything, make sure you go over there. And then, of course, as I always say, since you are going to be a professional bettor, because you're obviously going to be so good at this, you then go over to RX Hemp and use code RXHemp-USN to save you 10% on your entire order. They got their good CBD creams over there. A long day at work, a long day at the gym, whatever. Put some CBD cream on. You feel brand new when you wake up in the morning. And then last, and I mean certainly not least, as Michael is going to pull it up here. Hopefully it doesn't lag
I'm
too
trying.
much. Oh, we're on Twitter right now, Michael.
I haven't made it to her post.
Oh,
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 oh.
oh, we're
We'll
getting
be
there.
changing this soon. That's great.
Yes, we will. We might be unveiling a new
Guys,
little
good
something.
things are coming.
We might be unveiling a new little something
Yes,
coming soon. Just saying. Ooh, and there it is.
so stay tuned.
Make sure you go over to Teespring/stores/unwrapped and you go check out the whole store. We got unwrapped merch all over the place. Then, of course, if you want to support the boys, maybe with the money we make from all our stuff, we can fix our Wi-Fi. But go over to the store.
I
And
really
check
like the
out.
pink.
I enjoy the pink as well. We got Backstop Banter has
That
our
pink is
merch.
dope.
We got show the front of the shirt, Michael, real quick.
Let's see here. Let's go to the front.
Oh,
Bam, look at
beautiful.
there.
We got the logo there. We got it on the back as well. We got the Backstop Banter merch. We also have a t-shirt. We got a mask as well. So make sure you go over to Teespring/store/unwrapped and check out all of the merch as Michael is showing it off right now. But Michael, of course, before we go, you got anything for the people?
Just let's see here. I'm going to try to get out of this without making everything look crazy. Get back to this and remove. There we
Oh,
go.
look at
Now I
you,
can bring my phone back.
professional.
As it says,
Oh
I have
God.
10%. Guys, the ones that are still here with us, thank you so much for staying with us. This shows that we've got 3 people viewing at the moment, and we love it. Also, just want to shout out to for Corey that was on here. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Twitch, is which he was on, and I think that is just Unwrapped Sports, correct?
Yeah, I believe so.
And of course, Connie actually leads pretty much all of her gaming stuff on Twitch, so be sure to check that out. It's a lot of fun. He's constantly on it live, pretty much, so that's great. I've actually been complaining while I was talking to the guy about my internet, saying, "Hey man, I've been trying to download Warzone for 3 days now." He goes, "Oh man, maybe that is a problem because I'm a gamer too." And I started to say, "Come join us on Unwrapped Sports," but I didn't. And just check us out there, and also YouTube as well. Unwrapped Sports on YouTube, Unwrapped Sports Network. We're streaming on it as well, I think. And if you haven't caught all of our videos, all of our streams, not even just Backstop Banter, but everything is getting funneled through Twitch and YouTube. So go check them out, follow it, subscribe, get a notification, turn it on. Excuse me, and be ready to see all that stuff because we all know, I say we, I did not know until Perry told me like 5,000 times now, that Periscope will be ending in March, and we don't know what is all going to be in play with that. So definitely be following our other stuff, such as YouTube and Twitch, even on Sportscaster. If you guys are on Sportscaster, you need to be following that as well. On Sportscaster, you can type in USN to the search bar, and you can find every one of us on there that is associated with the network. So that's about it. Backstop Banter, we rock, buy our merch. Did you say our discount already? I might have missed that while I
Oh,
was
I
searching
did
for it.
not. I
The
forgot
promo
about
code?
that.
What a loser. Go to the website and the promo code for a 10% off, I think until the end of the month, is going to be 10% off. The promo code is Backstop. So check that out and get your 10% off, and that is supports us big time. So it's the reason we can do this, and obviously we need you to buy stuff because our internet is horrible. So that's about it.
Yes, sir. Make sure You follow me on Twitter, Anthony Conover _. Then for my other show, Monday, 7 Eastern, me and Josh go live, Generational Sports. You can follow that Twitter over there at Gen Z Sports. Podcast available everywhere, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, everything like that, as Michael was showing off his beard for some reason. Then, of course,
this angle is lit right now. Let me tell you.
oh, look at you using Gen Z words.
Hey,
We got Backstop Banter
this
Thursdays
boy.
at
Thank
10.
you, Austin.
Oh, that's good, Austin. How we doing, my friend?
What's
Uh,
up, Austin? We were just talking. I talked to Austin. He's one of my buddies. I'm going to interrupt you here. He's a buddy from here in Kentucky, and he is a streamer, a gamer as well. He's on Twitch
ooh,
quite a bit, and you check his stuff out, Connie. Austin, drop your gamer
Twitch.
tag
Twitch.
on Twitch. Drop your Twitch so we can try to give you a follow on that. I already follow you, but Connie, you need to go follow him. Talk to him about our unwrapped stuff as well. But keep
Yes,
on going.
sir.
I'll leave it alone now.
Yeah, just make sure you watch Backstop Banter. Me and Michael do it Thursdays, 10 Eastern. And like Michael said, I've been trying to get the Twitch popping off. I've been trying to get it popping off. So, twitch.tv. Oh, follow Austin as well. Twitch.tv/Iced Alpha. Yeah, that's a pretty solid name. Honestly, it's pretty solid. But speaking of Twitch,
Alpha.
follow me on Twitch as well, Anthony _Conover. I am trying to get affiliated. I'm so close. I think I'm like 12 followers away. I have everything else done. You hit affiliate back in September. Fantastic for you. I'm trying to get on that level. I'm like 12 followers away. So if anybody wants to go follow your boy on Twitch, feel free, Anthony _Conover. But yeah, that'll do it for this. Oh my gosh, I just had a stroke or something. That'll do it for this edition of Backstop Banter. We will see you next time. Ooh, the host. I appreciate you, Austin. That's a real one. That's a real one. But I appreciate everybody for watching through all of our
Yeah,
Wi-Fi
man. You can
troubles,
host this anytime you want, man. That'd be
all of
great.
our Wi-Fi troubles
I can
and
bring
things
some
like that.
nachos and chips.
Hopefully, it is figured out by next episode. Can't promise you anything, but that'll do it for this edition of Backstop Banter. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Have a good one.
Oh wait, I'm on the phone. Oh, I guess I got to end it, don't I?
I try. I think I tried to. I don't know. I don't know if it did, but you know.
We love.